Hello, collective. Welcome to my channel, Divine Nudges. Today we're going to do a collective reading to see what messages we have of resonance for anyone who's watching this reading today. Collective, as I was sitting here in meditation, it came to me that there are some of you right now who are looking for alleviation. Some of you are feeling really overwhelmed or overburdened by the pressures of life. For some of you, that's relationships. For some of you, that's money matters. You know, how you're going to pay your next bill, where you're going to get your next check from. Um, for others of you, it could be anything. Okay, so the divine wants you to know that your concerns and your prayers are being heard. The universe, the divine, is aware of your concerns. Some of you are trying to figure it all out, and in doing so, are burning yourselves out. The divine wants you to remember that this is an experience just as much as it is your reality. That means that part of figuring it out means figuring yourself out, becoming aware of yourself, becoming more aware of others, learning the ways of this existence, taking the lessons and transmuting them into wisdom and divine intelligence in a way that serves yourself, your highest good, and all of humanity. Okay, that's going to be important for some of you because there are some of you who are forgetting to experience the journey and enjoy the journey. Alrighty, let's dig into it. Let's just go on ahead and get started. See what's the tea, what's the vibes. What's going on? What you mean, what's going on? Some of you are like, what the heck is going on right now? Can't make sense of it all, heads or tails of it. And someone's like, what do you mean what's going on? And you're like, what do you mean? What do I mean? What's going on? Ooh, yeah. Giving money. So some of you definitely have financial matters. It's definitely a concern. Some of you are spending a lot of money. Look at the way this money is kind of like balled up. It's like a big ball of money. So finances aren't really organized. There are people that could have their hands out. So for some of you, it may be your kids. For some of you, it's bill collectors. You just feel like you're constantly being asked for money. You're constantly giving money. And some of you feel like you don't have any more to give. Clout hungry. Okay, it says here, says anything, does anything, and makes shit up. Dramatic. There could be someone around you, collective, that's asking for money or asking for your resources as a form of getting clout. Could be your energetic resources. And this person says anything, does anything, but they're really clout hungry and they're kind of riding off your coattail. This person finds you threatening, intimidated, they're threatened by you, they're bothered by your clout. This person may want to make you feel, or may attempt to make you feel like you're not all that. Like you're not everything that your clout says that you are. And that's one way that they try to draw from your resources, is lowering your confidence, lowering your boundaries to the point where they can access your clout. Okay. How does that work? How does that look in the physical manifestation of things? That may look like them trying to make you feel like you need them to make you feel confident, right? And in doing so, you attach yourselves to them in a way that allows them to access your creativity, your abundance, your energy, your personality, your contacts, your network, whatever it is that they can get from you, right? So they may get you to lower your vibrations to the point where you feel like you need them. You need to attach yourself to them in order to recharge. But it's actually the opposite that's going on, because you're a lot more powerful than they are. You have enough power, enough energy, enough vibration, enough spiritual resources to carry the both of you, whether you realize it or not. Moving. Some of you may be moving, relocating, moving into a new home. Yeah, wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so be careful that some of you aren't moving towards a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, someone who's trying to also get you to spend, again, your money. Oh, give me money for this, give me money for that, give me money for this, give me money for that. Or even someone who's offering you money, my loves, offering you money, selling you a pipe dream, selling you, you're going to be famous, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, they're going to love you. Be careful you're not moving towards a wolf in sheep's clothing. Someone who has ulterior motives or some sort of a hidden agenda. Someone may be trying to control you, find a way to control you. Someone may see that you're talented. Someone may see that you're gifted and may see you as a cash cow. Okay. Some sort of a financial opportunity. So again, drawing from your resources, but saying, this is what I can do for you. Something about rejection here, because it says here rejected. Okay. So you're being told to reject that kind of energy. But what I'm getting is that one way to test out whether you're dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing is to reject them and see how they behave. Will they behave as though they are entitled? Will they behave as though you are ungrateful? Because guess what? You have a right to say no. And people can only respect that. And so if someone gets disrespectful because you turn them down, that could be a really big red flag, a really big indicator of this person's intentions. Spiritual hater. Hates on your spirituality, light, and magic power. So this person is threatened by your spirituality. Cock blocking. This person wants to cock block you. Okay. And they're creeping. They're watching you. They're trying to learn the ins and outs of who you are so that they can figure out how they can go about blocking your success or blocking your progress. People are weird. I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to come out and say that people are weird. I'm interested in knowing what this person's motivations are. Why go through all of this trouble? What's coming to mind is that, we're dealing with a lot of low vibrational frequencies, a lot of people who are empty on the inside, a lot of people who do not have the wherewithal or the ability to accomplish some of the things they'd like to accomplish. And so when they see that someone around them is accomplishing those very things, they attach themselves to them as a way to try to gain access to their desires by proxy. But there is no third party manifestation in one's own reality. There is only chaos when one attempts, I'm going to say, the destiny swap. When one attempts to destiny swap, all that does is create chaos for everybody. But guess what? For some people, that's good enough. For some people, if they can't have it, why should you? All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. It gets a little bit exhausting. I'm not even gonna hold you. But that's just the world that we live in, and the reality of it is that we're dealing with light energies and we're dealing with dark energies, and becoming fluent in dealing with both types of energies is really a way of survival. And is also a way of thriving. 'Cause a lot of times those dark energies don't really know how to operate in light, high vibrational energy. But most people who have attained enlightenment or ascension climbed the ladder, and the first step and the second and the third were all rooted in low vibrational energies. So, most enlightened people are familiar with dark and light energies. So that allows them to be able to go toe to toe with the best of them. All right. So it's necessary. It's necessary to avoid being overwhelmed and really considering the value of how all of your experiences have prepared you for dealing with some of these vibrations and these lower energies, these darker energies that refuse to leave the higher ascended ones alone. What else is going on here? What else does the collective need to know at this time? What else? Running, escape, denial, excuses. Okay, so there are people who are just making up excuses. They come up with excuses as to why they can't make the payments, or I don't know if that's for business owners or landlords or people who collect money, but they come up with excuses. You're dealing with people who run from their responsibilities, who run from holding themselves accountable. Whatever they do, they can do to avoid accountability. They're in denial. They're in denial about how their own actions and behaviors lead them down a certain path. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with those types of energies right now. People who don't want to stay and face it. Some people aren't capable, my babies, okay? They don't have the spiritual strength and fortitude to do it, to stay in the fight. It's not really anything to look down on so much as it is the awareness of how blessed you are if you do have the spiritual strength and fortitude to stay in the fight. How protected you are, how lucky you are that you were able to do it and achieve it. And it's not necessarily luck per se, but that's just the word I'm going to use right now. Okay, so take a moment, pause for celebration. Some of these people are around you, my loves, beloveds, just to remind you of just how far you've come. They are meant to be your reflection of just how far you've come, how much you have accomplished, and how much more you can accomplish. How privileged, how spiritually privileged you are. Sometimes that's why these energies are placed in our lives. So just be careful, my loves, to not misinterpret the role that some of the people in your lives are meant to play. Sometimes they come in and you feel this spark, you feel this connection, you feel this immediate chemistry and attachment, and that can be misread and misinterpreted for, oh, this is a soulmate, oh, this is a soul connection. And really, it's like, nah, that's a karmic. That's a karmic. So keep your good sense about you. Keep your good wits about you. Keep that high spiritual discernment despite all the wolves in sheep's clothing that are trying to convince you that you're not all that in a bag of chips. Okay? Distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. Some of you need to distance yourself from some of these energies because they are getting to a point where they're impacting you or influencing you way too much. Some of you do need to distance yourself. Okay, there are other people who have distanced themselves from you. Maybe they've ghosted you, they've separated themselves, they divorced you because they were in denial. They were escaping it. They just couldn't face reality. Life is not always easy. Life is hard sometimes. Okay. And not everybody can face it. Some people escape. They're making excuses. They're in denial. And then when all of that doesn't work, right? When all of, what am I looking for? When the gift of gab doesn't work, right? When you're like, wait a minute, you're all talking, no action, and they've been exposed and they've been discovered. Their next step is to just distance themselves. Once they become ineffective, they fade to black. They disappear. They fade into the shadows. Isolation, rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. So there's someone who's isolating themselves for some of you. They feel rejected, they feel left alone, and it's very much self-inflicted. And that's why. Collective, I'm also hearing for some of you, my loves, because I'm the kind, and not just the reader, because let me tell you something. I'm a whole soul before I'm anything else in the third dimension and in this incarnation. I'm very huge on self accountability. Okay. So a lot of times, if you become, a repeat viewer of mine, you're going to hear me holding my viewers to the fire because that is how we grow. That is how we develop. We will not grow and develop by always looking at what everyone else is doing. We have to start with ourselves first. So, what I'm getting here, my loves, is some of you may be isolating yourselves because you're in denial about something, right? You're running away, you're distancing yourself, your separation. Some of you feel like you need to ghost someone before they ghost you. Some of you feel like you need to escape the potential pain of heartbreak before it actually manifests in a connection or in your reality in some other way. If it's not love, if it's friendship, if it's work, whatever. And so some of you may be isolating yourselves and convincing yourself that you're being rejected, but it's self-inflicted. Okay? Someone here is clingy. Okay, either you or someone else is clingy. Okay, and here's the thing: what you resist persists, right? um in being clingy, you may be pushing someone away. Okay, but it says here old exes, dead relationships, old ways. Okay, so for some of you, you felt like you had to not walk but run away and distance yourself from someone who was clingy, who just you couldn't get away from. Some of you may even feel like you're in hiding right now with this isolation. Like you really had to get, like it was really that serious where you had to like go into hiding because you just couldn't shake this person no matter what. Okay? For others of you, there's someone here who's feeling rejected, they're feeling, left alone. Um but they're kind of clingy, and in being clingy they kind of push people away, but what they do is they convince themselves that they're being rejected, they convince themselves that they're being ghosted, they're in denial about who they are. Okay, so if that's you, just understand that you have to give people space, okay, and allow them to be them. Allow them to show you who they really are. Don't try to force it either. Also, go inward and really try and analyze and figure out, why the heck am I being so daggone clingy? Do I have abandonment issues? Do I have a fear of being unlovable and I feel like I have to cling on to someone in order to make sure that they don't leave me? Those are the kinds of things, again, when it comes to self accountability, we have to turn the mirror inward. Like, that doesn't even make sense. You look in the mirror, you're looking at yourself. Sorry. Maybe the microscope is what I was trying to say. Like, you have to turn something inward, okay? You got to look on the inside, all right? But for others of you, this may be someone around you who's clingy, and, they may be blaming you and just saying that you're like this horrible person who's ghosted them. You don't pay them any mind. You rejected them. And you're just like, dude, chick, you're super clingy and I can't take that on right now. You know what I mean? So please take these messages as they fit and resonate in your storylines, my lovelies. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What do we have going on? I can't sing for a thing, but I'm gonna always do it anyway, just to let you know. All right, what else? What else? Blocked spam calls, texts. Some of you may be having to repeatedly block calls that come through as spam. It could be someone who's calling you or texting you from all different numbers. Like, yo, how do you do that? How much time do people really have on their hands, collective? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. I really want to know. Because some of you are blocking what seems like spams, calls, spam calls and texts, okay? And for some of you, it's because you don't even recognize those numbers. Some of you may have someone blocked, but I'm sensing more so that someone is texting you or trying to call you from unknown numbers, and you're just blockity block, 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 blockity block, block, block. Someone may have bad credit, be unemployed, be in debt, okay? You know what? Let's give a shout out to the scammers of the world. Be careful for people that are like, oh, I can fix your credit. I can do this. I can do that. It's going to cost money for you to, you're going to have to spend more money in order for me to fix your financial profile. Beware of that. Okay, my loves. Um, First of all, let me tell you something. When someone approaches you for business matters via text, err on the side of caution and always assume that it's a fraud, because who does that? We've been living long enough to know, well, maybe some of you are a little younger, so let's get right to it. Because listen, I know I've been fooled a time or two, and not just me, but people that I know. Babies, lovelies, my dears, my loves, when you get approached via text for business matters, just assume 100% that it's a scam and it's a fraud. Just assume. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt, because it ain't going to benefit you. Okay, turning your back. Someone here is turning their back. It could be a divine feminine who's turning their back, okay? And someone is under pressure. They're feeling anxiety, something about decisions, something about time running out. But then there's someone who is living in the moment. So there could be a divine feminine that has turned their back on someone who is now calling them from all sorts of numbers and maybe spamming them, may even be trying to act like they're trying to, offer you some sort of a business deal or support. Somebody's under pressure. This is a sad case of events, right? Because someone's under pressure, but someone else is living in the moment. These are people that are experiencing two absolutely different and opposite realities. Look at that. I'm hearing that someone turned their back on a divine feminine too. That person may now be unemployed. That person may now have bad credit. Um, they're under a lot of pressure. Meanwhile, you're living your life like it's golden. You're taking it one moment at a time. This person may be aware of that, my loves, and be bothered by it. Secrets. Someone here has secrets. Okay, so maybe this is a connection that ended because of secrets, or maybe this is someone, for some of you, whom this person has secrets still. Okay, so if someone's trying to approach you or get back to you from your past, just know that they're coming with secrets. It's not going to be full disclosure. Their financial situation, they may be trying to keep that a secret from you, because this person might know you will turn your back on that ass. Like, wait, what? Yeah, nah, I don't want your problems. I don't want your problems at all. So this person may be trying to keep some of their hardships, the fact that they're under pressure, the fact that they have anxiety, that they feel like time is running out. They may try to present themselves like everything is calm, cool, and collected. Okay, they might really be under pressure, but trying to act like they're living in the moment, like nothing, life couldn't be better. Life couldn't be better. But that's not the case, my loves. That's not the case, because they're keeping a lot. They're keeping a lot of secrets because they're afraid that you will turn your back on them if they know that they are coming to you with their tail in between their legs. Okay, so remember that wolf in sheep's clothing that we were talking about a little bit ago, who's going to be like, oh, I can do a lot for you. So this could be a little bit of a, I don't know if I want to say narcissist right now. Maybe I'll try again in a little bit. But definitely someone who's manipulative. Someone who needs you more than you need them, but they don't want that kind of a power dynamic between you and them. So, in order to maintain control and power in the connection, they're going to first make you feel as though you need them, even though that couldn't be further from the effing truth. You hear me? That couldn't be further from the truth. So, don't be fooled. Don't be spammed and don't be spammed in real life. Don't be scammed in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because with that giving money, that card that we saw earlier, and that, the money was all balled up in a ball of money. Someone does not have their finances in order, my loves. And someone may need your resources. And part of that is your spiritual resources. And someone's feeling really broken down right now, and they need your spirit energy, your strength, your fortitude to draw off of. You ever know someone like that? People that just make all the bad decisions, all the worst decisions. They go out there into the world. They live in the moment. They live their life like it's golden. Meanwhile, you're being responsible. Okay, you're making the sacrifices to make sure that you have enough for tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year. And they're just like, oh, it don't matter. Collective will have my back. Collective will support me. I'll just go right back to collective when I'm done running amok out here in these streets and having a good old time. There's a lot of people out there like that. So just beware of that. Collective, my video stopped. Okay. So if you're just like, wait, what just happened? That's what happened. I am back. But while I was sorting myself out, I was shuffling and this rules of engagement card came out. So let's talk about the rules of engagement. I was just saying that, there are some people who will go out in the world, run amok, have a good old time because they know that they have a support system waiting on them to come back. So let's talk about the rules a little bit, my loves, because I know that collective, a lot of you have really good hearts, are caring, are nurturing, are kind, are loving. A lot of you treat others the way you would want to be treated, but you're not a spiritual hospice, right? And I know that's kind of extreme because hospices are usually for people who are getting ready to transition. But hey, listen, that's what came to mind. There could be some souls that they come to you on the brink of spiritual death so that you can resuscitate them and bring them back to life. And that takes your spiritual energy and power. That requires you to be distracted from your own priorities, from your own spiritual ascension, from your own progress and your own success. Be careful. You're not here to inherit people's karma. You're not here to be anyone's collateral damage. Okay? So when we talk about the rules of engagement collective, when we have a good heart, when we have a good spirit, when we are loving and when we are nurturing, it is to be honored and glorified and protected. It is not to be taken advantage of. Part of the responsibility, okay, this card says rules of engagement, okay, part of your responsibility as a divine soul, as a divine being, is to protect the divinity within you. And that means not to let others take advantage of it just because they know what the light does. The light heals, the light empowers, it enlightens, it ascends. Okay, so you're not like a charging port where people can just go out there, deplete their batteries, then come back, connect into you, recharge, and then they're just like, deuces, I'm out. See you next time. Meanwhile, part of you allowing them to recharge on you is because you love them. This is especially true in intimate connections, but it could be the same in friendships and family. You love them, you're giving of yourself, and then they just kind of toss you to the side like it's nothing. So no, that's not what it's about. So if some of you have people in your lives who treat you that way, treat the divinity in you that way, maybe one way that you can look at it to give you strength is that you have a divine duty to protect the divinity within you, because the divine will give you more, will give you what you can handle. Okay, let's put it that way. The divine will give you what you can handle. So if you can handle protecting it, you'll get more. You'll get more. Look at this. No secrets. Okay, so we had the card earlier that said secrets. So, okay, let's keep on talking about the rules of engagement. If you have someone who doesn't disclose information to you, who's always acting like, what are you, FBI, Secret Service? What are you, some kind of this intelligence agent that I can't, everything is a secret, everything in your life is a mystery. So part of the rules of engagement is don't let anybody play with you. This person can't ever tell you what they're doing. They can't ever tell you what they're going. They can't ever tell you what's going on. We ain't doing that right now. That's not it. Okay, so this person's coming around you with secrets and you're like, nah, no secrets. Just enough rope to continue holding on to absolutely nothing. We're not doing that either. Again, we're talking about the rules of engagement. You're not going to be breadcrumbing me. You're not going to be breadcrumbing the collective. Okay, so some of you may have someone around you who wants to give you just enough rope to keep holding on to absolutely nothing. We're not going for that. All right, so no secrets. If you want to live like you're a mystery, okay, then go off somewhere. It says here, the same people that teach you a lesson will go on never learning theirs. Collective, that's very important because it really speaks to what we just discussed and what we just discovered. Okay, while this person keeps coming to you to recharge, using your energy, using your light, using your divinity, you'll start to learn like what it looks like to be used, what it looks like to be undervalued and unappreciated. You'll start to learn that the divinity in with you is to be honored and respected. And so they will help you grow. You know what? Because that's the blessing. That's the blessing in high vibrational beings. They can transmute those hard lessons into divine consciousness, into divine intelligence, right? But then they won't learn theirs. Okay, so do not enable, again, rules of engagement. The same people that teach you a lesson will go on never learning theirs. And what happens when someone doesn't learn their lesson and there's this cycle between you and them? You become an enabler. So, collective, no enabling. Okay. For some of you, this is someone that you co parent with, baby daddy, baby mama. Okay. For some of you, it says here getting a raise or promotion and prayerful. Okay. So, some of you are going to be have been praying, for progress, a promotion, a raise, more money, improved finances. Okay. So, definitely, don't let any, first of all, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I know we're talking about no secrets, but there are some things that it's not about being secretive so much as it is part of protecting yourself and your resources, right? But if someone is aware that you're getting a raise or promotion, they may try to tap into that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Your prayers are being answered. Okay. For some of you, maybe your co-parent, your baby mom, your baby daddy, maybe they're getting a promotion and they'll be able to help you out. Maybe they're getting a job and they'll be able to help you out a little bit more. With this co-parent, baby daddy, baby mama energy here, some of you may be getting promoted into a more permanent position. Someone may be asking for your hand in marriage. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, let's focus on exposing some haters. Okay, let's move on to taking a closer look at some of these energies. Okay, at the bottom of the deck is, before I move on from this deck, it says, let me stop you right there. Okay, so some of you may be having to check somebody. Some of you may be having to check somebody, or some of you, all those energies that we just finished talking about, someone that may be trying it, and you're going to be like, listen, let me stop you right there, player, because we ain't doing none of that anymore. I may have let you get away with it in the past, but no more. Okay? So, all right, let's go ahead and look at, who do we need to cut cords with right now, collective, okay? Collective, spiritual hygiene is so important, and part of spiritual hygiene is the work you do on yourself, absolutely. And some of that includes cutting cords and cutting certain energies out of our lives, or at the very least, enforcing our boundaries and making them so strong that those energies, regardless of who they are, cannot influence you or impact you. Okay, so always work on your spiritual hygiene. Understand it's not just about light and sage and taking spiritual baths. Yeah, that's part of it, but it's as above so below. Who you are in the 3D and in the physical world matters just as much as all of that, the spiritual practices that you have. You can literally undo it just with your frame of mind. Okay, so everything is mental. We live in a mental universe. Okay. All right. Yep. Look at this mind games. Stop playing with me. We were just talking about the mind. Okay, so you need to cut off someone who's playing mind games. Collective, you're smart enough to know when someone, like I said, has the gift of gab, talking to you like a salesperson. I'm going back to that scam conversation that we were having earlier. You're smart enough to know when someone's playing mind games with you. If you feel like someone's playing mind games with you, cut them off. Male detectives. So there could be someone here who's all up in your business, okay? And they look at this person has a helmet. You can't really see their face. So there's a masculine energy that's all up in your business. Okay. And that could be how they're playing mind games. They might be studying you, learning your ways. And that's how they're able to play mind games with you. And they're making you think like, oh my God, like, oh, they get me. Sorry. I'm tickled. They get me, and it's just like, nope. They've just studied you enough to know how to get to you, how to get you to let your guard down. Wait a minute. There's some female detectives out here too. Okay. So for some of you, y'all got men and women, masculine and feminine energies out here all up in your business trying to learn you, study you, and figure you out so that they can play mind games with you. Stop playing. Listen. Mm, mm-mm. It's the first time I've ever gotten these two cards together. That's very, very interesting. So the other thing that I'm getting to, though, with these mind games, okay, is that some of you are engaging in mental judo with somebody. Tit for tat. They're playing games. You're playing games. You're playing games. They're playing games. Cut that shit out. It does not serve you. It is a waste of your time, my loves. It is a waste of your time. Okay, some of you are really feeling yourselves out here in these streets. Maybe y'all don't have enough to do. Maybe y'all need to find something to do because that ain't it. Listen, if it's not building your spiritual bank account or your physical bank account, babies, is it even worth your time? Is it even worth your time? Got to figure that out. Ratchet, yeah, checking your phone or emails. Okay, someone may be checking your phone or emails with this detective work. So there could be someone that's literally going through your things. Okay, there could be someone around you that's going through your things, or you're going through someone else's things. Someone here is a gold digger, values money over love. Okay, so some of you got gold diggers playing with your playing mind games with you right now because they're just trying to access your money. The reading started out with money. The reading started out with someone with their hands out like this and a ball of money in their hands. Okay, so there's this transaction, some transactional connections going on out here in these streets. Okay, there's definitely some transactional energy out here. This person may be ratchet. I mean, they may throw that ass in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because who does that? Who goes through people's emails? Y'all are like, chill. I go through people's emails. Listen, I don't go through nobody's nothing. Because let me tell you something. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay. I'm gonna tune in to that ass. I don't need to go through nothing because I'm gonna tune in some way, somehow. I'm gonna figure it out because I trust my intuition. I don't play my games with myself, so I'm gonna trust my intuition. So I ain't got to do all this detective work. I don't get paid to be a detective first and foremost, so I ain't even finna spend my money that way or my time that way. False spiritual person. So remember earlier when I was saying, oh no, this person gets me. Oh my God, they know me so much. No, this person is all up in your business. But it says here takes credit for other people's creations or ideas. So some of you may be having someone who is copying with you. Someone is fed up and done with playing Mr. Nice Guy. I don't know about this fake spiritual person, but for some reason they feel like they have a reason to be fed up. Like I said, people are weird, condescending, talks down to you. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who talks down to you, or they feel like you talk down to them. And so they're fed up with you. You may be a spiritual person, but they think you're a fake spiritual person. They think that you're really just condescending and that you're not spiritual at all, that you hide behind spirituality so that you can come across like you're better than other people. And they're fed up, baby. If you're fed up, get the up out of here. Kick rocks. You ain't got to be here. You ain't got to be here. Go. Go away. Go away. Selfish, looking for the next best thing. So some of you may have some selfish energy. All of these things need to be cut out. All of these things need to be cut out. Okay. So if you have someone telling you that you're selfish, telling you that you're a fake spiritual person, telling you that you're condescending, that they're fed up with you, if they can't figure out that they don't got to be around you, baby, cut the cords yourself. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody. Seriously. All right. Now let's expose the haters. Let's expose them. Okay, that was what you got to cut out, collective. That's what you got to cut out. But in figuring out what you got to cut out, they get exposed too. So this is the haters exposed segment of this reading. Ooh. Ooh. Someone is salty. Someone is salty. Jupiter, look at this. Jupiter retrograde. Problems with making important life changes for future benefits, expansion, abundance, and prosperity. So you definitely have someone around you, collective, that's having some financial problems. This could be you. Take these messages as they resonate, but it could also be someone else, okay? You could have someone in your energy who's literally having financial problems. And some way, somehow, they're trying to make it your problem, okay? But for those of you who are experiencing your own financial problems, your spirit team has your back, my loves. I love that this is the second card that came out. I love that because that tells me your spirit team is ahead of anything, any weapon formed against you. Your spirit team is ahead of it. Regardless of what comes out after this, your spirit team showed up front and center. It says your ancestors, angels, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, you name it. You got a goddess, you got an ancestor, you got an angel, you got a god. Your spirit guides got your back, baby. You name it. They are all here and they ain't nothing to play with. I love that. I love that. Play with your mama. Blocked heart chakra. Issues or intentions, affection, balance, beauty, compassion, empathy, healing, love, mindfulness, nurture, relationships. Okay. Some of your spirit guides are telling you to protect your heart chakra because there's someone around you who has a blocked heart chakra, which means that they have problems with giving and receiving love. Let me tell you something. Have you ever dealt with someone who is hard to love, my loves? That can destroy a loving person. That can absolutely crush a loving person. To deal with someone who's difficult to love, oh my God, that can make you feel like nothing you do is good enough. And you're just spinning your wheels, burning your wheels, okay? Trying to love someone whose heart chakra is blocked, my loves. So your spirit team is asking you to protect your heart chakra because someone who has a blocked heart chakra is in your energetic field, okay? All right. Mercury retrograde. Okay, so it says here delays, problems, interruptions with transportation and communication. Okay, so you can be having a lot of misunderstandings with someone right now, collective, but it's just because this person's heart chakra is blocked. They cannot receive what you're communicating to them. They cannot receive the love that you're giving them because their heart chakra is blocked. So it seems like, oh my God, like, is there another way? You've said the same thing a million times to someone and they're just not hearing you. It's because they're not open to receiving what you're saying. Yeah, it says here your significant other is sending you negativity. Okay, so your spirit tribe is, listen, I'm gonna tell you something about the spirit world. They be snitching, and I don't mean that in the bad sense, yo. Spirit be dropping dimes on them. Spirit don't mess around. Spirit will be like, hold on. Let me tell you about your homie. Real quick. Yeah, because your homie got us effed up if they think we're going to let them get to you. Okay? So yeah. This person has problems with making life decisions. Their heart chakra is blocked. And they have difficulty communicating. Okay, so like there's a lot of karma around somebody, babies. Okay, regard yourself from becoming someone's collateral damage. You know what? This ain't so bad in terms of, because this deck, listen, this deck can really go hard on those low vibrational negative energies. It talks about juju and voodoo and all that other stuff. So for some of you right now, this is really focusing on, it could be a romantic connection, but again, take these energies as they fit. It could be family, friends, whoever, that, is drawing on your energy to try to get through their own hardships, but they got themselves to blame. All right, let's look at some of the physical characteristics to see if you guys can pinpoint who is being talked about here. What are their physical characteristics? What's going on with how they look? Okay, what's some of the identifying details? Okay, ooh, twin flame. Yeah, so this is definitely, we're talking about a love connection, okay? This could be a false twin flame. I'm hearing false twin flame. And based on everything that I just saw and heard and read and what we've been talking about this whole time, yeah, that makes sense. False twin flame. Fashionista. This person might be very well dressed. This may be somebody that in public they carry themselves to the nines, baby. I'm seeing heels as well. I'm seeing someone walking in heels. Someone has hazel eyes and someone has a beard. I don't know if this bearded mother has heels. I'm sorry. Okay, so this could be someone with a beard who's matched with a match who this twin flame connection could be between someone who's a fashionista, walking in heels, dressed to the nine, or it could be some, and this bearded individual. Okay, one of you has hazel eyes. All right. Or this dude with the beard likes to walk in heels. I mean, I don't know, but I'm seeing a feminine energy walking in heels. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was being silly, but okay, someone here wears hats. Someone here wear hats. It could be you, it could be them. Freckles. Okay, so one of you may have freckles. Both of you may have freckles. Says here fluffy hair. In this picture, it's kind of hard to see, but this person has an afro. So someone may have an afro, or their hair can become afro-like. They may sometimes wear their hair like an afro. I know a lot of people who wear afros can also straighten their hair. Someone has a pointed nose. Okay, someone has a pointy nose here. What else? Yeah, a man. Okay, so there's definitely a masculine energy here. This person is also very well dressed. So it could be the man who's a fashionista here. This man could definitely, with the hazel eyes. It's funny because both of these characters are wearing glasses. So, somebody here in the connection, or both of you may wear glasses. Could be sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? That could be part of their swag, or it could be seeing glasses. What else? Baby face. So someone may be looking young. Someone may have a baby face. They may look younger than they actually are, or you could be involved with someone younger, or there could be an age difference in a relationship. Blusher. Okay, so someone here may blush. Okay, when they get embarrassed or when they're happy, whatever causes blushing. Okay, someone here may be a blusher. Someone has long hair. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the curly hair earlier, and straightening out. Afros usually get really long when they get straightened, but it could just be that someone here who's watching has blonde hair. I'm sorry, long hair, but hey, I said blonde. Red lipstick. So someone here wears red lipstick. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of makeup in these pictures here. So someone here wears red lipstick. Could be you or them. We have straight hair again. Okay, so yeah, we have straight hair. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting that there could be someone here who wears different hairstyles, wears different looks. Okay, so they don't just wear their hair the same way all the time. And someone here is really attracted to men with beards. Someone could have a scar. Okay, it could be either you or them. The person that is on your mind could have a scar. It says here someone has an average physique, so an average weight, not too big, not too small, just average physique. Okay. And it says here street fashion, street fashion. So whatever that is for your area, for your generation, okay, there could be someone who wears street fashion, who's hip to it all. I love it. I love it because we do have the fashionista here. So someone may just be very versatile with how they dress. And someone is daring, and that could be very alluring to some of you. Okay, there's someone here who is very, very daring. Especially, I think this street fashion person might be the very daring person. So someone here may know their way around the streets. Okay, someone may have a little bit of gangster in them, a little bit of hood, a little bit of gangster in them. All right, so we'll stop there. We will stop there. Okay. Let's look at some true intentions, okay, for some of these energies and see what's going on, what we pick up from this true intentions that okay. So, entertainment. I find your life amusing and your stories comical. That's cool. Support. I'm here to support and elevate you. Okay. So, someone, some of you may have, maybe in a connection where you're having a really good time with someone. Someone really has a good time with you. Okay. Um, Hopefully, these messages stay positive because I swear sometimes, you get some cards and it's just like, oh, this is great, this is beautiful, and the next thing is just like, that's my version of an alarm. I'm a liar. Those aren't my intentions. So let's see. Yeah, see, loan. Okay, so it says, I'm here to support and elevate you. By the way, I need a loan. By the way, I need some financial assistance. Come on now, this finances keep coming up throughout this reading, okay? They've been consistently coming up. Welcome. I want you to know your presence is appreciated and I can be a safe space for you. Someone's selling themselves right now, my loves. Oh, I'm here to support you and elevate you. I can be a safe space for you. Someone is selling themselves right. Yep, trick. Boom. Someone's a trick. I have ill intentions and maybe planning on deceiving you. You see what I'm talking about? I be trying to be happy with it all. Like, oh, this is great. Like, this is so cool. You have someone that you get along with and you guys have a good time together and it never freaking fails. So, trick and dishonesty. Okay. So, trick, I would have ill intentions and maybe planning on deceiving you. And with this dishonesty, it says, I will withhold information from you for my benefit. We talked about secrets earlier. So, if someone is being elusive, if you can't get a straight answer out of somebody, my loves, cut them off. Do not waste your time. No mystery. Baby, I didn't ask for a mystery. I didn't ask for a puzzle. Okay? That's not what I'm looking for in love connections or any other kinds of connections that I have in this world. I'm not looking for a puzzle or a problem to solve. Okay? So, yeah, someone's, oh, you're so funny. Ha, ha, ha. You're a hoot. I love you. You make me laugh so much. I want to support you. Look, negative. I'm hiding my true intentions once again, and I don't actually care about your well-being. Okay, so, you know what? This person might vent to you, and then when you try to give them advice, they try to act like, oh, I didn't ask for your opinion. Okay, so that kind of toxic energy, like, someone who just likes to have tension all the time. I have to get this off my chest with this vent card here, and then unsolicited advice. I'm certain I know best. I'd hate to say I told you so. Okay. So be careful with venting to this person as well. Okay. Because they may try to throw something in your face later on down the line. Okay. They may try to act like, oh, if you would have just listened to me, you wouldn't be in this situation, and so on and so forth. Or they may be accusing you of throwing something in their face that they shared with you. Okay, so be careful with that. All right, let's move on to our next deck. See what's going on here. Not interested. It says here, to be totally honest, you're not really my type. So either you or someone, the person that you're thinking about is not really interested, does not have the kind of interest in this connection that the other person would like, because it says here, I recognize the potential between us, but I also harbor some uncertainty. So I feel as if though there's someone here who's not interested and someone here who's thinks there's potential. They're not sure, they're uncertain, and their uncertainties are not founded clearly because someone else in the connection is not interested. And so the next card we have here is Secret. This is the third that secret, this secret. In this deck, though, it says there are so many feelings I want to share with you, but I'm shy about opening up. I'm almost getting the energy of someone here who may not be being really honest with themselves about this connection, right? Because for them, they don't feel safe enough to open up to you, which means you're not inviting them to open up to you in the way that they want to. Okay. So I'm not necessarily sensing that this person is shy. It says, they're shy about opening up, but I think it has something to do with these doubts. Okay. And it says here, if you ask me, I will say no. So if there's something here, if they asked you, maybe if they came straight out and asked you like, hey, are you interested in me? You would say no. For others of you, what might be more in line with your, you know, with your messages is that someone here isn't interested, but they're not being straightforward about it. Something's being kept a secret. I'm almost sensing that if someone is uncertain, and if they would ask for clarity, they may not get clarity. No, everything's good, everything's fine. No, it's not what you're thinking, blah, 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 whatever. But for others of you with this unaware card here, okay, it says here, I've been showing my lack of interest, but you've been ignoring all the signals. So, as I was saying, I feel like someone's not being honest with them about a connection. And if that person were to ask, hey, is there potential for us to have something going on? They may get the no answer. Okay. Says here, laughter. So we were talking earlier about someone who's like, oh, you're so entertaining. I enjoy hearing your stories. Says you really know how to make me laugh. So, you could be, I'm getting all of this is friend zone. Okay. Getting friend zone energy in a connection between the collective and someone. Okay. Definitely friend zone energy for some of you. Okay. Let's look to see what lies beneath. Let's look to see what lies beneath. And then I'm going to try to close out this reading for you all. But let's see. What lies beneath? Fulfilling a fantasy. So for some of you, you're a fantasy for someone. Okay. Or is someone's fantasizing about you? You're fantasizing about someone, but look at what came out next. Destroyed, shattered, broken, effed up, right? So someone may have fulfilled a fantasy, and in doing so, they could have effed everything up in their lives, okay? For others of you, someone's fantasy is being shattered and destroyed, okay? So again, someone might be a little bit, I didn't want to say it, But someone might be a little bit delusional. Someone might be a little bit out of reality, out of touch with reality. Okay. And that is either going to be destroyed for them, like this fantasy, this bubble that they're living in is going to be destroyed, or it already has been. Someone had a fantasy that was destroyed. Okay. Bank failure and Popo. Bank failure and Popo. Someone really thought that they were going to live happily ever after. Okay, they were going to have the house, the car, the spouse, the lover. Someone really thought that, and their entire fantasy has been destroyed. And somehow the police is involved. I hope didn't nobody try to rob the bank. Okay, but somehow the police is involved. So there's some sort of law enforcement. Maybe this person could be in law enforcement. Maybe they're the police. Maybe you've had to call the police on this person. And this person is feeling like you could have never paid me to believe in a million years that this is where I would be right now. Okay, because someone is really going through it. Yeah, depression. Someone is super duper duper depressed right now. Red lipstick stains. So someone got caught cheating. Okay, so remember earlier when we were looking at the characteristics, that could have been third party energy because red lipstick definitely came out. Okay, so in this situation, red lipstick is definitely significant for some of you. Somebody found red lipstick stains on someone's clothes, and once that little fantasy was fulfilled, listen, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. This person could now be feeling spiritually and emotionally bankrupt. They could just be feeling completely detached from life, just completely cold on the inside right now with this depression. Okay. Just bankrupt in every which way that someone could be bankrupt. But it's because they were caught cheating. Oh, man. Let me tell you something, collective. One little decision can ruin your life. So think twice and think and be wise. Envy. Okay. There's someone who envies the collective. Okay. It could be this person with the red lipstick. Okay. So this third party could have really seduced someone in a connection. Okay. You see, this person's wearing red lipstick. Okay. So this person could have had their eye. Okay. This red lipstick stains person, they could have had their eye on your partner, on your mate, and was able to successfully seduce them with some sort of alluring fantasy, fulfilling a fantasy. They may have fulfilled a fantasy for them, but it has since shattered their world. They have lost everything. It says here outdated, expired, disused, old news, discarded. This is old news for some of you. This is in the past. For some of you, you're putting this behind you. This connection, this failed relationship, you are putting it behind you. Okay? For some of you, though, your partner just wants this to all go away. They want to feel like this was just all a very bad dream. All a very bad dream. They want to be able to put it behind them and keep moving forward with you. But this envious energy is still around. And I'm almost sensing that this envious energy is relentless in causing issues for someone here. Absolutely relentless. To the point where someone here is depressed because of this envious energy. Okay, so someone may be going to jail. Police may be getting involved. This could be spiritual jail. It could be physical jail. So it says fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. So someone's like, listen, fair game. This is all fair game. Love is a battlefield. You know what? I can't stand people. Boop. Wait, let me try that again. Boop. That's supposed to be a fist, y'all. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, love is a battlefield. Okay. You're going to be fighting yourself. You're going to be fighting yourself. But yeah, someone thinks that someone is fair game. They don't see anything wrong with their actions or behavior. Okay, someone could literally be getting into a fight and the police could be getting called. So just be careful that someone's not trying to draw you in or suck you into some energy like, don't fight over no man, don't fight over no chick. Because truth is, they shouldn't have put themselves in a situation where you would have to fight for them anyway. Part of being in a relationship is protecting the freaking relationship from third party energies. And if you weren't strong enough to do it, then that means that, listen, to whom much is given, much is required. As we said earlier, the divinity within us needs to be protected. The sanctity of our connections need to be protected. If someone was not able to protect the sanctity of your connection, then they literally just weren't ready for it. It's a hard lesson to learn, but it's a big ask to say, please forgive me for betraying you. I made a mistake. Yeah, that's easy to say now because your fantasy was destroyed somehow. But if your fantasy were still going in this moment, would you be saying that or would you just be living your life like it's golden? We'll never know. We'll never know. All right, collective. I'm going to close out this reading really soon, but I just want to take a look at what might be blocking you right now. How is all of this impacting you? All of this energy that's been swirling about that we've been talking about this whole time. Some of you might be feeling unworthy. It says here, you deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. So some of you may have ended a connection that now is just making you feel like you're unworthy for love. Nothing ever works out for you. No relationship, or maybe you're meant to be alone, that type of stuff. So now you're telling yourself all of these untrue stories. Okay. So you tell yourself bad things, change your stories and see the good things. See the good that can happen. Okay. So be careful of negative self talk when it comes to connections. And when it comes to your worthiness about life, sometimes failed relationships make us feel like we're a failure at life. That's how deep it goes, which is why it's so important to really gatekeep your heart and gatekeep the energies that you allow in your life, because some can be so destructive. There are some energies that can only bring chaos into your lives. Okay, so what else could be blocked in the collective right now? Too soon. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. Okay, so what were we just saying? You have to be really proficient at gatekeeping your heart, the connections that you let in your life. Don't fall in love right away. Chill, get to know someone. Let their truths unravel. Understand that we all put our best selves forth at the beginning of a connection. And it's not until time passes that we start to see, how did this person handle hardships? How do they handle, financial setbacks? How do they handle being disappointed? How do they handle being told no? Unlovable. Some of you are feeling unlovable right now. It says here, practice radical self acceptance and love yourself with all of your flaws. So, this is part of the untrue stories that you're telling yourself. Okay. And so, if you're in this connection, if you're feeling unworthy, if you're feeling unlovable, if you're in a state where you're having a lot of negative self talk, baby, not only do you need to be careful of getting in a connection too soon. It may just be of getting too serious in a connection too soon. You may also just need to be real with yourself. It could just be too soon for you to step out into the dating world. You may need to heal first. Okay, some of you tolerate abuse, and that's a blockage for you. It says any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. Some of you feel like you have to settle because you're not worthy of being loved. And so that makes you do is tolerate abuse. Absolutely not, collective. We're not doing that. Too much work, okay? There's a lot of work for some of you to do. It says you tell yourself it's too much work, but it's really an excuse not to get involved. So some of you are just detaching from love altogether. You're just telling yourself you don't have the time, you're keeping busy, but you're feeling lonely right now. You're just avoiding relationships, you're avoiding connections, okay? So please, my loves, do not tolerate abuse because someone might be telling you that you're unworthy or that you're unlovable. If someone talks to you like that, they're abusing you. That's abusive. Cut that connection out. Okay, you deserve someone who's going to treat you well. So, some of you are being blocked right now by being in an abusive relationship, and it could be verbally abusive, but it also could be physically abusive. If you're being physically abused, please reach out and please walk away. Okay, soulmate only. You have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. Okay, so some of you may feel like you have a checklist and someone has to cross everything off the checklist, or like, you know, I don't know, like there's only one perfect person for you out there in the world. Here's what's tricky about soulmates, and I really, really have to stress this, right? Some soulmates are karmic, some are loving. Some soulmates are karmic and they're meant to teach us a lesson, that usually, create tower moments and hardships, and we really have to learn and grow, like growing pains, the kind of lessons that lead to growing pains. Other soulmates are the type that are teaching us loving lessons. So growing, healing, healing type of love. Okay. So be aware of that. Just because you have a strong connection with someone, not everybody is meant for you to be attached to for your whole life. So don't lie to yourself. Okay. Rejection. It says, build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. Okay. So don't be hardlined within your connections, but also don't think that, oh, just because you may connect with someone initially, especially with this too soon card here, that, oh my God, we're meant to be, they're perfect. Be careful. Some of you have to be careful of that. Some of you, if you're rejected, it's okay. Better that you be rejected than to get into a connection with someone who's not going to appreciate and value you. Okay, so please understand that there's a blessing in rejection, and rejection is God's redirection. Okay, but it says here, build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. So there's a lot to learn by dating. Okay, who judgment. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. So yeah, with that soulmate energy, don't be too rigid. Don't think that if someone doesn't check off all the boxes that you know um, they're not right for you. Because you may have more than one soulmate that's right for you. Okay. The next one here is lone wolf. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? Okay. So that's this too much work card here, where it's just too much work, or you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your heart. So that's blocking some of you. Some of you are afraid of being hurt again, and you're gonna, and yeah, and it's because of past trauma. Okay, so your past trauma says you need to take time for yourself and heal your past trauma before moving on. We said that earlier with this too soon card here. Some of you need to take the time to heal. Okay, and so some of you, it's because of your past trauma that you're afraid of loving someone who could hurt you again, especially if you guys were in a toxically abusive relationship, if that makes sense. Not talking. Okay. For others of you, you may be in a connection right now and you're not communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. So some of you want your partner to read your mind. Not going to happen. You have to talk about it. Even if they could read your mind, they could misread your mind. So some of you really need to be very verbal, very communicative in your connections that you have now. Others of you, as you're getting to know people, you need to be honest. You need to speak your truth, show up as your authentic self. That's the only freaking way people are going to know who, like, whether or not they like you. And that's the only way you're going to genuinely know if someone actually likes you, is if you show up as your authentic self. All right. So some of you aren't communicating enough. communicating your needs enough in connections. Okay. Now, place these messages as they resonate. That could be in your friendships. That could be with your family members. Okay. Some of you may be isolating yourself. Some of you may be tolerating abusive energy. Doesn't have to be in an intimate connection. Okay. So please take these messages as they resonate, because either way, bringing these things into your awareness should help you. Okay. Kind of move out of that stuck and blocked space. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a few more cards and then I'm gonna close this bad boy out. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out. I know most viewers do not watch readings until the end. I am learning that as a uh, as a content creator, because as a viewer, I tend to watch videos from beginning to end. So it's very shocking to me. It's a bit of a culture shock to me. That not everybody does. Okay, rejoice in celebration. So some of you need to get out there and have some fun. So for those of you who are healing, for those of you who have just gotten out of a connection, for those of you who are isolating, you need to get with your friends, you need to go out, you need to have a good time. Okay, some of you have been kind of stuck in the house for too long, or maybe focused on work with your head down for too long, and there is something for you to celebrate. Okay, there is something here for you to celebrate, something coming for you to celebrate. Temptation. Okay, be careful about so for those of you who are going to have some drinks, who are going to partake in the spirits, be careful that someone's not trying to seduce you, get you drunk, get you to lower your inhibitions. Be careful that someone's not, it almost looks like that someone's holding like a little Mickey in their hands in this temptation card, little roofie or something. I don't know. I hope I'm not, going to get in trouble for saying that, but make sure someone's not putting something in your drinks. If you do go out, guard your drinks. Don't leave your drinks unattended. And if you do, make sure you leave them with someone who you do trust. Okay. But yeah, someone may be trying to tempt you. There may be some temptation that comes. But it says here, all is well, my loves. Okay. It says, this is Archangel Jeremiel. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. Okay. So there are some hidden blessings for some of you. So while everything is not clear, while everything is not certain, okay, you're going to be celebrating something soon. And to be fair, to be honest, this came out in the reverse. So what I'm getting with this temptation in the reverse is that before the good stuff could unfold and unravel, there was some temptation that needed to be cleared out of your energetic field first, because that temptation could have distracted you from your blessings. What else? Crown chakra also came out in the reverse. Okay. So this temptation could have blocked your crown chakra. Okay. Because honestly, that's what happens when we have these lower vibrational energies and these low vibrational frequencies, right? The first thing they do is attack us spiritually, whether we realize them or not. As above, so below. Nothing happens in the physical world that doesn't have its spiritual meaning and or consequences. Okay. So there was some sort of an energy that needed to clear out that was going to block your crown chakra. And there's something about your blessings that are tied into your crown chakra. Okay, so this could be all stuff that's going on in the background that you're not even aware of, collective, but you're hearing it here. Okay. All right, a few more cards and then I'm out. Light. Okay. This is the sun card in this deck. This is happiness. This is joy. Okay. This is the light. Some of you are vibrating high. Angel therapy. It says, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. So at the beginning of the reading, it opened up with this message of someone's asking for alleviation. Someone is feeling overwhelmed by their burdens. Okay. Your spirit tribe is here to help you and support you. Okay. Some of you don't feel like you have a firm and solid foundation. That's going to change for you all. Okay. So some of you, and so here's the thing. Here's the thing, because this is your root chakra energy. So this is where your basic necessities lie: food, water, um, home, having some place to dwell. All of that is in your root chakra energy. So there was some temptation connected to your root chakra energy that would have ultimately blocked your crown chakra. Okay. And that's what needed to clear out. Okay. And that might still, I say okay a lot. I realize this. So I was just about to say it again. That's something that I need to work on. But yeah, so there could have been something here related to your that would have tempted you, like, out of desperation. Now I'm getting that someone fell into temptation. Someone was seduced by the devil, by El Diablo, by his minions. Okay, someone was successfully seduced. I'm getting that too. Okay, and now that person though could have been you could have become that person's collateral damage. Whew. So please rejoice. You have much to celebrate and you may not even know it. You may not even know it, that you were dodging bullets out here in these spiritual streets. Your spirit tribe was making sure of it. Last one. Patience, my loves. Patience. Archangel Jophiel, it says here, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Okay, so be patient, my loves. Things are going to happen for you. Divine timing is such that sometimes your allies are being aligned, and depending on where they are in their life's journey, they may have some things they need to work out and iron out before you two can join forces together. And other times, divine timing is such that there's potential for some setbacks and blockages, things that would block you or distract you from your path, that needs to be cleared out before you can actually get on the path that you're meant to be on. Divine timing could be so many different things, and we don't realize it, but we're fortunate enough to not even have to know. Okay, we do our part. What's our part in the physical world? We get our minds right, we get our health right, we get our spirits right, we get our souls right. We practice spiritual hygiene, physical hygiene, okay, mental hygiene. That's our part. But all this low vibrational shadow energy and all these, weapons that are formed against us, that's the divine's part. The divine really does have the hardest part. We think we have the hardest part. The divine has the hardest part. We're very fortunate to not have to, take care to deal with what the divine has to deal with. Okay. So I will leave you with these messages. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If these messages have resonated with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll speak again.